Has not changed. All right, welcome to another beautiful week with us here at Politically Correcting Podcast with Jose Pio, my co-host. Big V, what are you going by today, you said? Dark V? He's not even responding. V, he's going by V today. Dan, you going anything by? Going by anything?
Yeah, Dan for the streets.
It's always Dan for the streets. That's right. Stay consistent.
Yeah.
And we're here. We got our guest. He's not on video yet, so don't worry about it. You can make your facial mannerisms once I go through all this information that we're going to go through, which are the talk of the town for the past week here. But before we do anything, we make sure that we take our glasses and cheers to all of our friends out there who know how to have a conversation with each other and not try and freaking cancel all the time. So cheers. Shout out to Dan for that pour. I was running a little late there.
Oh yeah, got you the apple.
Yeah, thanks. That's actually really good.
Heavy-handed ass.
So I'm gonna start with this because this is something that really it really grinds my gears, right? It's a quote from Mendoza, Dr. Mendoza in Monroe County. He just did a live I don't know. He's doing what Cuomo was doing before, right?
Yeah.
And a quote that was passed around to city council that he stated was, quote unquote, zero people in Monroe County have died from the vaccine. 1,506 have died in Monroe County because they did not get the vaccine. Because they did not get the vaccine. Let's break this down real quick because a lot of people don't know this about Mr. Jose Pio here. I am a highly trained intel analyst. I analyzed data for the military and then took that information, combined it with the intel from all across the freaking world.
Now you tell us this shit?
In order to present it to colonels and generals in the military to make wartime decisions during my deployments.
And you got my cell phone number?
So when I analyze data, I know what I'm looking for.
So you know
I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know how to spot when someone is trying to manipulate the data and when someone is trying to keep producing propaganda.
Don't you like data? Isn't it the new
I love data. Data's
gold,
everything.
Right? It's gold.
It is gold. So let's start with the first sentence. 0 people in Monroe County have died from the vaccine. Break this down real quick. Okay. What does it mean to be vaccinated? I think we all know this. How many days do you have to be vaccinated before they count you as vaccinated?
14, right?
14 days after the vaccination. So if you take the vaccine and someone ends up dying within a week of getting vaccinated, the same day that they got vaccinated, the same minute, if you inserted the needle into their body, they fell over and croaked, you were considered an unvaccinated person and you probably had COVID. 0 people in Monroe County have died from the vaccine. Okay, how many people have been hurt, impacted, adversely affected? How many of those people? Are we going to talk about those people? Because we continually disregard people who are the victims of in this area, in this country, really. We keep overlooking victims. I know personally of 2 kids that were going to college, were supposed to go to college, D1 athletes. They had to get the vaccine in order to go to college. Now, because of the adverse effects to their hearts, both of them, they can't go to college. They can go to college, I'm sorry, but it's on their dime because they had a D1 scholarship to play.
So you're saying they didn't die?
They didn't die, but what's worse to some people? You're 18 years old and you had a D1 contract to go to college. And now you can't play the sport that you love because your heart is in a condition where it wasn't before. You never had this problem before. And the only difference between last week and this week is you took the advice of your school that said you had to be vaccinated in order to come here.
Not being hyperbolic, a lot of 18-year-olds would say that's worse than death.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know what hyperbolic means, but
I was about to say, what the fuck?
Man, that's that
time chamber.
That's that white people words.
You know what? My thing is. I'll go all the way down to the testing itself. Like, how efficient are these tests?
Oh, they've already came out and said they weren't very efficient. And the person that created the tests said there's no way they can decipher between a flu or COVID.
Right. So,
or or what the variants are.
The variants, and then what about the false positives? Because let's face it.
Yeah.
Not every single test that is accumulated, withdrawn, the people who handles the test, like from the couriers, I'm
already getting heated.
From the nurses.
Well, what it is with the test, if it's kind of like the test that they give in college now, if you don't pass the first time, you don't get a positive the first time, you just take it again.
Yeah.
You might get one the second time or the third time or the fourth time.
How fucking efficient is a goddamn swab around the rim of your nose? You know what I mean?
love that
or the eye test, right? Like, oh, you got COVID, motherfucker. Yep. Stamp you. You got COVID.
That's what they do to people that die, and they see that they had some boogers coming out their nose. Like, oh, they had to have COVID.
Had that COVID shit.
Right. So that 1,506 have died in Monroe County because they did not. Listen to what he's saying there. 1,506 people died in Monroe County from COVID because they did not get the vaccine.
Can we do some quick math?
Go ahead.
Let's keep them at that number, right?
Sure.
1,500 people died of this.
Let's analyze
disease.
this.
Let's say everything he's saying is true.
Well, no, he said 1,500 people died because they didn't get the vaccine.
Okay, fine. Let's isolate them.
Even more.
Let's isolate these bad people.
Right.
Because I'm gonna go on the record and say, motherfuckers, I'm not vaccinated and I haven't been sick, so I'm feeling good. So I'm gonna
knock on wood.
I'm gonna keep this going as far as I can.
Nothing gets anyone
as long
vaccinated.
as I can. So how many people total are in Monroe County residence wise?
741,000.
And we're talking about 1,500 people.
Over 20 months.
Over 20 months.
Yes.
So over 20 months, come on, Jose. Percentage wise?
Oh, that is less than 0.1%.
0.1%.
Less than.
Fuck. Now, how many people are getting shot and killed?
Make sure my math is right. How many people? Yeah.
I am more afraid of walking down Jefferson Avenue at 1 a.m.
Why are you walking down Jefferson Avenue?
Sorry, 0.2.
I'm just using it as an example. At 1 a.m. on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? I'm more susceptible to getting popped in my brain than catching COVID and dying.
Right, but we can't conflate.
Oh, we can't use the two?
Yeah, you can't do it.
Oh, okay. I'm just the black dude trying to, make some sense of it all.
Well, my question to that was, first of all, 1,506 people over 20 months amongst a population of 741,000. Is that outside of the average? Is that more than the excess deaths that we usually have? Is this a high number given the data of how many people die per year for various reasons?
We got to look at the other variables like age.
How old were they? How many comorbidities they were living with?
How dare you ask that question?
No. I'm not going to
get
into the
that's
personal.
all that matters. That's all it is. It's COVID. That's it.
Right.
What is wrong with you?
Right. Well, when you question things, and I've been questioning them this entire week because we're talking about requiring vaccinations for the city. I'm completely against requiring vaccinations.
Wait, to come into the city?
No, for city workers. Sorry, for city workers.
I was gonna say.
The second thing is we're looking at paying people that work for the city $200,000 to get vaccinated between now and June, and then be enrolled. If
that shit is so real.
$200. On top of that, if 75% or more people, if 75% or more employees working for the city of Rochester are vaccinated, because right now we're less than 75% that are vaccinated. If we get above the 75%, they would enter people into a raffle for an additional $500.
Wow.
I'm telling everyone not to get vaccinated.
But are you going to tell me that that's not going to create animosity between those who are vaccinated and those who are unvaccinated?
It creates different classes of people.
Right.
Yeah. It's the same thing they did with white versus black. Come on.
See, and that's a better analogy. The segregation aspect, the Jim Crow era.
Well, everything is based off of pick your side type shit today.
Well, it's in-group versus out-group, and everyone's got an in-group. But man, when you do it down to a choice like this that affects personal freedoms,
it's love versus fear. That is the core issue at hand in every problem. It's love or fear. How are you going to react, in love or in fear? And when we're sitting here saying that we're going to pit people against each other because we're going to make one group fearful, and the other group is saying, "Hey, I love you. I don't want to mandate that you stick anything in your body."
Right.
That's essentially what it comes down to.
Right. I will say this about people who lean on the right. I think you guys better pay attention to your your right wing leaders, because they're also speaking a different tone as well. trying to boost the vaccines in a different way. You heard Donald Trump just recently state how, well, if he was president, everybody would want the vaccine
And the Vaseline
too, right? That's pretty much what you're getting. But he just said recently on a Fox interview that if I was president, everybody would want the vaccine. I mean, no one had a problem with getting the vaccine. No, bro.
You know who had a problem with it? President Biden.
Oh,
Vice President Kamala Harris.
Word. Oh shit.
They stated that they would not trust the vaccine.
You're right.
Yeah.
Funny how time flies, right?
Weird.
My good friend Nancy
Pelosi said outright that she would not get it if it came out under him. So that's really weird. And today, actually, in Politico, they came out with an article that stated that more Democrats are siding with the non-mandate of the vaccine. They're siding with it because they're seeing that it says Dems begin souring on vaccine mandates.
They're getting tired of them phone calls, huh?
They're getting tired of the phone calls. I also want to believe that people are starting to see, because I've been asking these questions every single time someone says anything. Does the vaccine prevent me from contracting the virus? No. Does the vaccine prevent me from transmitting the virus? No. Does the vaccine 100% guarantee that I will not end up in a hospital or dead? No. So why are you going to mandate this?
That's funny you say that. I just went to my daughter's doctor's appointment, and on the wall in the office, it says the vaccine takes death off the table.
Well, listen,
I love it.
Well, check this out. Back in February of last year, Biden administration bought additional doses of the COVID vaccine from Pfizer and Moderna. So you would kind of, ask, well, why would these mandates come if the government already invested in buying these shits?
Let me tell you what's going to happen. All right, get ready for this, because I like to call what's going to happen in the future, because I'm a future teller.
Are you?
Yeah. All I got to do is just look at the intel, look at the
look at the data right here, man,
and it's a informed guess of what is going to come. They're going to finally say that the vaccines are ineffective against the Omicron variants.
The
Omarion variants.
You mean the least deadly one of all?
Right. So it's going to be one of two things. Either they're going to rely on that new Pfizer-Mectin pill, or they're going to come out with a new and improved vaccine. Where they're going to change like one little thing in it, and it's going to now again be 98% effective, like they said before. I'm sorry, 95% effective, like they said before, and somehow decrease like after every single day. That's my guess. You come back to this podcast in the future and you let me know. Jose, you were spot on. Let's get into our next article. We might want to bring Bill in early so we can talk about these articles. You want to talk about the articles we're going to go over?
Yeah,
it's up to you. We got Bill here. He's from the Concerned Citizens Alliance. You're doing fantastic work with that group, Bill.
Yes, we're having a time today.
Absolutely. Before we get into questions here, we're going to get into these articles here, and you speak up whenever you feel like you want to say something about it. All right, because you represent concerned citizens as an alliance.
Got it.
Per your title. Let's pull up the anime article. They found where the Omicron variant came from. Where it came from in America. It originated from an anime. What do you call those things?
Those Comic-Con?
Convention.
What?
Yeah, I knew you know. Austin's looking at him like, yeah, you knew. An anime convention in New York City. Mind you, New York City is completely locked down where you have to show a vaccine for everything.
Jeez.
So tell me how they sourced the Omicron variant to a convention where every single person there was vaccinated.
Who the hell is sitting here on standby, like really researching and like, who's the point person? Like, you know what? There's another one coming. There's another variant. I smell it. Like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know from one sick person to the next person? Like, wait a minute, this motherfucker is sick a totally different way. Like,
right? What's
going on? How does it even happen?
They tell you they don't have a test for it, and then they tell you that they found people with the Omicron variant. And people just agree with it, just like fly with it, just flow with it.
Jose, I'm gonna stop asking fucking questions, because the more I ask questions, the more questions I have after the last question.
Right. And I hate talking so much about this because at this point I would like
no,
to
you
say
shouldn't, because it's what we have.
it is what we have. We gotta get to the next one. Anti-vaxxer definition.
Oh fuck.
Get this. The Merriam-Webster's anti-vaxxer definition has been updated.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
It has been updated. Say we got to scroll up because it doesn't show it right there. Anti-vaxxer definition of anti-vaxxer is a person who opposes the use of vaccines or regulations mandating vaccination.
Oh.
I'm an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. Did you know you were
Yo, I almost
anti-vaxxer
walked
until
off
that
the show.
definition was updated?
Nope.
I literally almost walked off the show from that shit because I didn't even know that shit was possible. Like, that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit.
What's that? Scroll down, Aust. He said, well, he will not get the.
That's all I got.
Ah, it's okay. I was going to say they shouldn't have misquoted me out of context.
Right. So that's, in case you didn't know, the definition of anti-vaxxer has been updated.
Are you an
include-
anti-vaxxer, Lavelle?
I am not an anti-vaxxer, actually.
Are you sure?
Because I'm waiting for that fucking vaccine for allergies, goddammit. Because
But
my
according to
seasonal allergies is no joke.
according to
for the cold.
my college paper that I wrote that said, according to Merriam-Webster, you are an anti-vaxxer.
Well,
Gotta love those
is
elites.
is that
Education
indoctrinating
system
our
elites.
kids here automatically? Yo, I was
Is it
having
not?
this conversation with somebody. I was like, yo, can you imagine the people who were born between the years of 2020 and 2025?
That's
like,
my kids, man.
yo, they are so fucked.
Oh, God.
They won't know any fucking thing about normalcy. They're coming along into a fucking nut.
How about that ride that they're taking?
Well, that's what they say, right? This is the new normal.
But the fact that they're not only being indoctrinated, they're being forced to be indoctrinated because all they have are these things.
Yeah.
You know, remember when we used to have, newspapers? I don't think, Dan, you're too young for this. But remember when we used to have newspapers and you had to put the slides underneath the projector machine to see the newspaper clippings from, last year?
Yo, speaking of that shit, this is why teachers love it. It makes it easier for them to control their classrooms that were so out of control in the city school districts, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't work because kids need to express themselves, and fucking violence is just going through the roof for all of our city school districts and also our county, our suburban schools.
Boys need to be boys.
Sorry.
Of course, but it's still at the end of the
Did you
day,
say something?
these
No, not
kids,
yet.
like these kids that are sitting up here, spaced out in these overcrowded classrooms, they don't even have to worry about shit because they can just send the kid to the office for not properly wearing their mask.
Well, they're getting high on their own supply of carbon dioxide.
oh fuck, Jose.
Bam, off the top of the dome right there. Off the top of the
Don't
dome.
be talking that like
Mm.
real shit because kids are getting sick with respiratory issues left and right.
Yep.
I
They
seen
sure
it.
did. And when you brought it up, I'm telling you that I
Yo.
told him, what was it, RSV? What was the sickness that these kids were getting? And it was well before wintertime. And they're like, this is the highest amount of RBS, RSV, something like that. Respiratory something.
Mhm.
And I'm like, so do we not want to talk about how maybe the masks are doing this?
Nope.
Maybe
It's
sitting
because
around in a school with a mask on for 9
I
hours.
can't wait to fucking let Brian sit in timeout for not wearing his mask. He's so bad. Oh my god.
Can I tell you, I've worked in a public school fairly recently.
Mm.
That's all of them.
All of them complain
Uh-huh.
about their students, right?
Yep.
They do.
And then they complain about their husbands.
Oh, yes, they do.
And
that
that's where
too.
Dan comes in.
How are you getting all that
Gets the work wife.
about the husbands?
What's that?
How did you find out about the husband?
Oh,
He's
you
a work
just
husband.
you just hear it.
Just
Oh, I see.
He's the
be
work
a
husband.
fly on the wall, baby.
The first thing my boss told me when I was working in a group home was that her husband puts a sloth, but she loves him.
Oh god.
Man,
I didn't know this.
Y'all
Lady.
women need to stop.
These hoes ain't loyal. No, they
You
ain't.
need to stop talking to other men about your men. Let's jump into the school board. Actually, now that we are talking about that. Joe, this is right up your alley right here, brother. Let's go. National School Board Association fallout continues as half of U.S. states push back against organization. So half the United States the school system, they're saying, oh, you're going to ask the feds to investigate us and make us make us into criminals basically for speaking up at school boards.
Domestic terrorists.
Uh-huh.
they
Well,
will.
guess what? Now we're gonna end our association dues. I don't even know. Are there association dues?
I don't know.
Good job.
But
They're pushing this domestic terrorism bullshit.
that's
really
exactly what they're
hard.
doing. But this is how you backfire against it right here.
Mhm. Yeah.
People are starting to understand how you can get around the nonsense, the censure, the cancellation by saying, all right, we'll just cancel you.
Let's go, Brandon.
Right. Look at that picture of him. Look at that picture of him. He is so
Yo,
old.
I'm so mad I didn't make that song, man. I'm so mad I
You
didn't come
really
up with
think
that.
you have the capability of making a song like that?
No,
Okay.
but
Just wanna
I'm
make
so
sure.
mad I don't.
Right.
I'm just upset
That
because
guy's getting paid for nothing.
Yo, that's the dopest shit ever. Like, you know what they saying, ho? Like that line right there.
The best part about all of that is it came from a NASCAR race.
I know. I know.
Yes. Yes,
fantastic.
man. Pissed off all those 80 million voters pissed them off.
And God, you
80
can't be
million
named Brandon
Pissed
anymore.
off 80.
Right. Oh my
Yo,
God. Sorry. Shout out to all the Brandons out there.
yo, I had somebody like literally argue me down that it was more bad for me to vote for Trump than it is for them to vote for Biden. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not even 2 years in.
We're not even
1 year in.
Are we a year?
We're not
in?
1 year in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, by 2 years, you know if you got a fuck up as a president.
Bill, do you think 1 year in, how would you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you rate President Biden?
You can go 0 to 10.
Freaking 0, dude.
Can he go negative?
He's a negative.
Is it negative?
Yo, what the fuck has Biden done that we're like?
You can't, but you ask people and they don't have an answer.
No.
Or why?
No, they do have the answer.
Oh,
It's
what is it?
he's better than Trump.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
right.
the answer.
Oh, so unemployment is better?
He's better than Trump. Trump is just
Economy?
so
Well, he's growing jobs, remember?
No, you know what they say?
Oh.
Trump is so disrespectful.
Yeah, his tweets, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. we got to somehow give Biden credit for creating the jobs that he destroyed.
Oh, that's right.
The jobs report came out.
But
and
that's what that whole party
he's
is about.
created
They're
hundreds
blue
of thousands
collar.
of jobs.
They're for the blue collar.
Oh, did you see the
workers.
graph where we are giving credit to Biden for lowering the price of gas by 2 cents? 2 cents. They created an x-axis that was so ridiculous and then made it look like this fantastic downward spiral of prices. And it was like, yo, 358, 357, 356, but it'll spread out like it's just ridiculous.
Yo, hold on. This is how whack the Democratic Party is right now.
Well, don't
And I
include
wanna say-
all of them.
I'll say it on the federal level, right? On the
Okay.
federal level. Because the local levels, it's like, you can find some Democrats that be like, yo, motherfuckers, listen, where I'm at, like, we ain't with all this shit. Like, whatever. But the shit that makes the shit that messes these people up every single time is the fact they lined up and voted for a motherfucker that failed. How many presidential elections does this motherfucker run? How many times did Biden run for president?
He's been running
And
for
this-
70 years.
And out of all the L's this motherfucker took, the one time you line up to vote for this man through any time in history was when he was a susceptible motherfucker to die while in office
Jeez.
for COVID. This motherfucker is the at-risk person. We need to quarantine that bitch. This motherfucker need doctors and everybody, like, he need to be
24/7.
running the office from a bubble right now. And 80 million motherfuckers lined up to vote for this dumbass. Like, and he failed every single time.
How dare you say that about the most
listen.
popular president?
This man finished dead last in the presidential race with Obama. He was behind Dennis Kucinich, Hillary, fucking what's his name? The one who had the super expensive haircuts, John Edwards. Yo, and he was cheating on his wife during the primaries.
Mm.
And yet they voted for this motherfucker today and had the nerve to say, I'm not black because I ain't vote for your dumb ass.
Racial jungle.
Yo,
Racial jungle.
He
That's all I go back to.
literally called Obama a intelligent black man while he was running for president. Then Obama dumbass made him vice president. What the fuck, Democratic Party? Are y'all that dumb? No. You know what? I'm speaking only to the black Democrats that let
I was gonna
this
say, you're speaking of
old
generalities.
ass 79.5-year-old dead man that's weekend from Bernie's right now. He probably died 3 weeks ago. We don't know. But we lined up and voted for this motherfucker and did parades in the street for no fucking reason. And yet this is what we got right now. This is what we got. And now you got a whole bunch of Black Lives Matter motherfuckers like, oh, what the fuck? Whoa. Oh, we
haven't
feel
met with us
robbed.
yet.
Oh, we feel robbed. You dummies, you fucked up the country for this dude right here. Look at him. Look at this picture. Look at his face. Look at him. Who are you gonna trust in the bar fight? You're gonna send Grandpa in there to do something? Yo, the United States on the line.
Is that how you're basing the president?
The United States is on the line right now.
That's how you're basing your president.
Yes. Putin right now is in the bar talking shit,
Yeah.
saying everybody in America is full of shit. We're pussies. We don't treat dogs properly. All that shit that Putin was saying.
That's only Fauci.
Oh,
And Michael
you're right.
Vick.
Oh, damn, yo. I'm glad you brought that motherfucking Fauci up too, because how's he still like head of the NIH? Like, how's he?
Because this is what you got to understand. When someone who's in charge is part of your team, you have to fall in line. Once you start questioning it, you become ostracized from the team because you are in disagreement with the majority of the team.
Thus is why I'm the sellout.
This ain't Gladiator.
This is
you
why-
you ain't Russell Crowe.
Right. Well, this is why the Democrats
Are
will
you not
never
entertained?
Democrats will never back me. They'll never back me. They will never back me.
No,
Never back me.
No, hell no.
But why not? I'm a Latino who
You're not saying it Latino enough.
A Latino.
No, you're not saying it Latino enough.
Latinx, yeah.
No,
Yes.
they've come against that.
They
Oh my god.
no one comes against me.
You know,
No, the Latinx.
listen,
yeah.
your
That ain't happening.
your
Stop
group
trying to make
got,
that happen.
Thank
your group got
God.
infiltrated like the blacks got infiltrated.
no,
back
no,
during
no,
the
no,
Black
don't play, don't
Panther
play,
movement.
don't play yourself.
Yeah, I got
Don't play
infiltrated
yourself.
by the
Don't play
by
yourself.
the CIA,
Don't play
FBI. They
yourself.
got y'all too.
Don't play yourself. Not yet.
That
We still got hope.
diversion.
We
You
still
got hope? No, man. You
with
got
all
that.
with all the Mexicans
Listen,
that
you
came
got
in.
that L sharpening. Y'all got an L sharpening somewhere out there.
No, we got Pitbull.
Getting paid
Pitbull's
by the
calling-
feds.
Pitbull's speaking up.
Pitbull be out there speaking that truth, yo.
Speaking of high level Latinx, pull up the AOC.
He's giving her so much chances.
I'm giving her. I
It's
love the
face,
fact
man. It's
that she
face.
is. She's.
Is she really Latino?
I don't know.
That card should be literally like up for grabs. She looks like a mix between
Arabian.
no, she looks like a mix between a Colombian and a Jew. Like I don't
That's
know what the
probably
fuck she is. I don't know what she is.
Ocasio-Cortez.
But she sure as
That makes
hell ain't Latino to me.
Hey.
Speaking that crazy
No,
shit.
remember her grandma's roof was imploding, and Republicans put together a GoFundMe, and she said, "Oh no,"
she rejected
and they
it.
she
Oh, yeah.
rejected. It was like
Matt-
$200,000 or something.
Matt Walsh.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How amazing is that? That
She's
you're
a
complaining
bum.
about your grandma's roof. You are a representative in this country, and you won't accept donations
She
from
used to work.
just because they have an R next to their name.
She used to bartend, right?
Yes, you did.
She's a hoe.
Possibly. I don't know. But she did downplay the rising crime. She downplayed it, saying that it's being blown out of proportion by the media.
This is the second time I've walked off the fucking show. Jose, stop it. That's the most dumbest shit. Bitch, you in New York City where crime was invented. Bitch, crime ain't never ended in New York City anytime soon.
It was pretty good under Giuliani.
Well, that motherfucker violated a bunch of fucking constitutional laws. That's not,
Yeah, kinda.
You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
And on top, never mind. Don't even bring up 9/11. But anyway, that's the topic for a whole nother day about Rudy.
Right.
This bitch.
You can't call her a bitch. You can't do that.
Oh, I can.
There's like a few things.
It's part
right?
of his culture.
I'm-
Jose.
It's
How
not
dare
nice.
you.
It's just not nice.
If they could say it in a rap song,
True, but
I'm saying
you gotta sing it then.
Dave Chappelle could say it.
Well, you gotta sing it. California
her.
Nordstrom robbed by 80 looters in ski masks with crowbars and weapons.
That's downplayed.
They said it was like a scene out of a movie. Can you imagine seeing 80 people running in to your business with ski masks and crowbars? I don't even know why they have ski masks and weapons, honestly. They're not catching nobody.
I'm shooting.
Well, they're not
motherfuckers
stopping
on the
anybody.
side.
They're not. They can't stop anybody. I remember when I first worked at Best Buy. I was coming back from lunch, and I see the guys who, the quality control or the.
When was this?
Oh man, this 2006. This point.
Oh shit!
And they were grabbing things. This guy had like CDs. Remember those things? You don't know. He's too young.
I'm 30.
CDs were flying out of his coat, right? DVDs, maybe some VHS tapes in there. I don't remember.
You
if
had
it
to
was
hook
still
up on the scratch on the freaking high def TVs at that time.
Yeah, and this was again
Pick it up
2006.
in the back of the building.
I dropped my lunch and I put the guy in a freaking chokehold. He was running past me. I'm coming in the building.
Whoa!
I put him in a chokehold.
Whoa! How tall was this guy? What happened?
No, I
How did
jumped
you
up
get
a little bit.
Well, he didn't. The guy didn't see Jose. That was.
Yeah, he was looking over me.
You used that army tactic. You fucked him up on the low.
People look at me like I won't actually kill somebody.
I'm not saying you wouldn't, but you say you put him in the chokehold. I know you wrestled, so did you be like,
No, it was like when you it's like when you bounce somebody off the ropes and then they come back at you and you like use their body to catapult you around like a spider monkey. Thank you, Austin.
get his ass, Jose.
And they yelled at me. I had two different managers, and I had a manager come in from outside the
Geek
region.
Squad? Was he from the Geek Squad?
I'm surprised you
yell at
didn't
me.
get fired.
They said we should fire you. I said you should fire me. Oh man, yeah. They didn't fire me. I was too Latino for them to fire me, I guess.
I got fired.
Lowe's fired me. I wasn't even doing anything.
How you get fired from Lowe's on your day off?
I was coming in the front door. I worked there.
Uh-huh.
And this guy's coming in. He's coming out the front door with a load of faucets. And you run a cart into me. He's be chased by two of my fellow employees, which we're not supposed to do.
Right.
All hell broke loose.
Fuck that, man.
So we all got fired. So it was probably a good thing because we're on to do bigger and better things now. So
Yeah, I do see you build
Faucets.
houses. You help out with Habitat for Humanity.
Yep,
Multiple times.
Hubertat.
Yeah, Huber. It's the Huber in me.
it's a good crew down there.
It's cool.
That's what's
Good
up.
crew, man.
So you need those faucets.
A lot of those
Right,
houses in the hood that
It-
you build that nobody gives you credit for, then, huh? Because that's mostly where a lot of them go. You know.
I was down in Livingston County at that time.
Oh, okay. Still, there's a hood
different
down
hood.
there too.
Different hood.
This hood's
Different
everywhere.
hood down.
There's hood everywhere, man.
Yeah, I know.
The hood.
It's the hood.
The
That's what a lot of people do. A little sidebar. A lot of people don't recognize that.
Well,
Yeah,
The
hood's
poor
everywhere.
country's the same as
It's
the
the
poor.
same, yeah. It's
Like,
hood, man.
well,
Important city.
the you can't say this term nowadays, right? You can't say ghetto
What?
blacks or browns or
The ghetto's the
people of
same
color?
everywhere.
You know what? That was probably in the 80s when ghetto was created. You know, the ghetto. No, it was 70s.
That was
Talking
before
about
that.
the ghetto.
But
that
In the
song.
ghetto, Elvis Presley.
but Thomas
Oh, they
Sowell.
say, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas Sowell will say that they act like rednecks.
Yeah, redneck blacks.
Right.
Black rednecks. Yeah. Well, you know, you can't say that because again, it be terms and you know, certain things that a lot of folks within community will contribute to, demeaning words from white folks when it's not even the case at all.
Right. And then Toxin Magazine will do an article about you.
Oh shit. Don't
Oh,
bring
that
that up, Jose.
Pea brain short stuff. Payo.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jose.
We're not really a news
Yeah,
media.
I mean, it's just whatever.
Someone posted that on my campaign page and tried using it as like their reasoning behind them why I'm racist because of the Toxin Magazine article. And I looked at that. I couldn't even respond. I wanted to post the podcast that we had with her and cutting out that part where I read her what she said about me. And her,
Shout out to
face.
Toxin Magazine for trying to push the envelope and challenging the demographic that reads the article that comes out of
nobody
it.
reads articles.
Well,
Nobody reads articles.
the people that support that,
Okay. I can name some names of people who continually use that one article to try and say that I'm racist. And I'm like, if you watch the
sometimes-
podcast, she will clearly tell you she had no idea who I even was.
Yeah, well, you got to cater to
You gotta
your
get
audience.
those clicks, man.
You got to get those clicks, right? You got to cater to the audience, and you
Right.
got to be a shock jock type response. But
Bill, have you had that yet? Has anyone ever called you a racist? For
Quite a few times
for what reasons?
because I carry a blue line flag at rallies.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Netflix told me that was racist.
What does
Yeah.
the blue line flag actually represent?
It represents the fallen police officers.
But that's racist.
Nowadays, it seems to be, especially if you're in Brockport. We got called. The
no
sheriff's
kidding.
department had to come over and check us out. Yeah.
The sheriff's
let me
department
ask
actually
you-
needed to come and
Yeah.
ask.
Concerned citizens in Brockport we were flying racial flags.
Well, let me ask you this question, since I'm a
Dumb.
black
Hate
guy, right?
Brockport.
And you would assume that blue line would kind of mean for all police officers. So would you say it only, represents white police officers?
No, it represents any line or any police officer, black, white, Spanish, whatever.
Hmm.
And we have the red line flag that represents for the fire service.
It's kind of like similar to like when our fallen soldiers pass away and they all, when they all get buried into the memorial, Veterans Memorial.
Mhm.
I don't think they segregate there, do they?
No.
Oh.
Well, you could say that the blue line flag is like for the people that protect the community.
Absolutely.
Even more so than just firefighters, police officers, pretty much, EMTs, anybody like that. So why is that a racist thing, Mr. Jose Peo?
You got to ask this one over here.
This one.
You're the one that's got to speak up on this one. How would you term that? If you speak, because somehow certain people in the black community state that they speak for all people in the black community. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the crown here and say you speak for all black community.
Well,
How would they view that? How, in what mindset do you think that they have where they see an American flag with a blue line across it and that's racist? How can you envision that? I know you don't believe it.
Yeah, I will only contribute it to some form of propaganda that has been pretty much given out to the community itself. A lot of misinformation that happens to folks within the black community is a cause for a lot of the misinformation. The reason why they react the way we react, the fight or flight mechanism of just humanity, right? You present something that's going to create a reaction, and it's putting black folks within this community in a position where they have to decide how they feel about a situation. So most people that receive the information, they receive it from media and other misinforming outlets, so that when they see something like that, not even just the blue line, but more importantly, the flag itself, to where you ask other black Americans, do they even consider themselves an American? The flag itself, to a lot of black people, for some stupid ass Marxist communist reason, is don't really feel they are a part of this country. So the flag alone, which I don't understand why, because a lot of these motherfuckers that sit up here and champion Frederick Douglass have no idea if fucking Frederick Douglass actually loved the country itself, and he was a fucking slave. So why you feel as though you don't consider yourself American? Regardless of what color the flag is, we are all still united by that one commonality. You have a bunch of West Indians and even Puerto Ricans, right?
Well,
They
so
still hold true to that,
let me not to interrupt you.
That
but
connection.
Part of that Netflix thing that I was talking about is Netflix Explained. They talk about the flag and they talk about the blue line flag,
Mhm.
right? And they talk about it as essentially it's propaganda. And I'm not saying this is what
So
I
the
think.
flag is propaganda.
The
Right.
fucking
And
flag.
so the blue line flag has now been attributed to you remember Charlottesville?
Not a good man on both
the
sides.
shit where the Trump became super Trump,
Right.
racist guy.
Yeah.
Right. So they give the example that the flag was seen being flown in Charlottesville. So therefore it's an alt-right symbol.
That
The
is what
color of the Confederate flag mixed with the United States of America flag makes all of these misinformed historical gurus within the black community connected to slavery,
You see what you want to see.
anti-American.
Right.
Speaking of the blue line flag and supporting our law enforcement who put their lives on the line each and
Mhm.
every single time they
Shout out to
put
them.
that badge on their daggone chest.
Shout out to them.
Austin, you got that article from San Francisco. This is such a good segue into this. Read this. San Francisco restaurant apologized for asking 3 police officers to leave. You know why they asked them to leave? Because the workers felt uncomfortable about the officers' weapons.
This is the 4th time I felt like leaving the fucking show today. People. If a cop is within my, radius in a public space and a stupid motherfucker comes in, like Coming to America, right? That scene in McDowell's. And Samuel L. Jackson says, I'm coming to run this place, motherfuckers. Mama, I sit down. If there was a cop I saw within the car, I'm gonna make eye contact with him, like, all right, motherfucker.
Time to shine.
Do we do?
Time to shine.
Yo, come on, people. Get over your anxiety, man. Man up. Man up, yo.
I think it's way more than man up. I think it's way more than man up because we have some really soft men in our country right now. Super soft men. None of which are in this room.
Jose, don't call them out.
But when you are
don't Dave Chappelle us.
Right. When you are triggered by an American flag, when you are triggered by a police officer, when you are triggered by what else? What else triggers them?
A fucking conversation will trigger somebody.
A conversation
Simple
where you don't agree
conversation.
with them.
Yeah.
When you call them he, him.
You fucked up on that.
Are we in Canada School District now?
When you do the things that trigger these people, but this is the point where I see where women need to step up. If you are banging these dudes, there's something wrong with you, right? Like if you are spreading your legs,
they're on the down low, Jose. There's a lot of women that didn't know their husband, Tom, had a thing for John.
That's not what I'm talking about.
She thought they were going out for shots.
Not what I'm talking about.
Paul.
But they were actually going out for back shots.
Not there's anything wrong
What do
with
you
that.
do? No. There's nothing wrong with your sexual preference, but when it comes to masculinity, when it comes to stepping up, when it comes to thinking critically, when it comes to putting your fucking self on the line to protect selflessness, right? But more importantly, to protect
honor, integrity, personal courage,
freedom of life, right? I am not going to Don Lemon for that protection. I'm not doing Lemon. Yo, he's on the hot seat too. CNN's about to clean motherfucking house.
Yeah, they should.
I love it.
They say they don't have a single show that's had over 1 million viewers.
Oh, I love it.
But just to remind you here, oh my God.
I love it. Hey, I got you, Juicy.
Just pulled up the Jussie Smollett.
You got a Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett and
Juicy.
And Donnie Lemon.
I got your back, Juicy.
For all of our listeners out there.
Chicago PD think I'm lying.
We gay blacks gotta stick together because we are the minority. All these black masculine men banging all these women. All these pimps, players. Fuck these pimps.
I got in trouble one time because I was watching football at Best Buy. I don't know if I should say the story.
Back at Best Buy?
Back at Best Buy. I got in a lot of trouble at Best Buy, actually. Not really.
But say that it was Circuit City, and then you're fine.
Okay, Circuit City, fine. Radio Shack.
Right.
So we're watching football, and they show when they show before the game, and before the game, it's always the guys showing off their freaking bodies and stuff. Like these guys are just stupid cut, and I'm like, man, I hate the fact that they're so freaking cut all the freaking time. And I'm over here trying to work out and blah, blah, blah. And he took that as black people are, I don't know how you take that in a negative way. But someone came to me we heard you made a racial comment. I'm like,
oh my God, man.
What are you talking about?
That's gay.
Anyway, the name of that restaurant was called Hilda and Jesse. If that helps.
Hilda and Jesse. So was Hilda the male tranny that transitioned into Hilda?
Is it a male?
And was Jesse the female tranny that transitioned to the? Gotta
Definitely-
look that up.
definitely
You
Jesse.
never know.
Definitely
Jesse, they both
Definitely
they
Jesse.
both were
Definitely
gay.
Jesse.
Yo, I am to go back to the Jussie Smollett case and the Don Lemon situation. I find this so poetic. Like this shit was just like what's happening to CNN right now. I like as
Karma.
it's karma.
It's
It
karma.
is. Like the good thing that Turner Broadcasting Network has going with, or had going with TNT with Charles Barkley and all that shit, like that panel to CNN, what's going on with these motherfuckers to Chris he's about to file a lawsuit to this gay ass like
You can't
whack
just be
ass
a guy.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm not running for office anytime soon, so I'm going to speak. That's what you want to be noted as. You're gay. Be gay and be proud. You are gay. My hetero ass,
See, there you go. Turn
women
around.
loving, motherfucker that I am. I'm going to be what I am. But this gay ass dude, he should be proud to be gay because that's what he is. This gay ass dude for so many years
It's true.
has been literally dismantling
The black community.
the
The
exactly
black narrative.
for years
Yeah.
and unapologetically.
Yeah. He says we a lot.
Yeah.
We need to do better. When he's saying we, he's talking about him and Democrats, which really pisses me off. I don't like that. When I watch the news, I don't like to see what side you're on.
Oh, y'all
And the same things with Fox News.
Y'all gonna have a tranny president eventually.
I-
Y'all gonna elect one.
No, don't qualify it with that. At least Fox News makes sense. I hate when people do that.
Well, Fox News. Now, don't get it twisted.
They
Now,
make sense, but they're
Tell me
also,
where
they
they go.
are they
Tell me where they
are
go.
still skewed
Yes.
heavily
They
to the
are.
right.
Yeah, but
and CNN, MSNBC,
They don't have to
CBS,
do much.
everything else is very skewed to the left.
but at least they don't
Including
pretend
NPR.
to be moderate.
That's true. At least they don't pretend, and that's
So,
what
I'm
that's what I do
saying,
enjoy
little
about
Fox is-
qualifier.
Fox is really, really good with taking advantage of the times.
Yeah,
Because they don't
They're creating
have to say
they-
shit to make these motherfuckers look crazy.
they are creating a culture though.
They
I
are.
think people are sleeping on the fact that Fox News is building a culture around mocking what the left is doing. Like to the point where they're saying we should be proud of mocking this.
Well,
We need
that's-
to stand
that's the
up
thing.
against this because this is ridiculous,
This is some
and you need to
bullshit.
call it out.
Yeah, but if the left was even a modicum of normal, they wouldn't be able to do that. But they're not.
They
They're
were though.
not.
The radicals,
They were.
I'm sorry, the far left radicals are not. You can't say the left
Where-
because they're
Yeah,
Democrats are left.
No. But where is that?
I will tell you this. Hold on.
Where's
I will
the
tell you
line?
this. This is why Barack Obama got elected, mind you, because this is why I voted for his punk ass. Right?
Once
Now-
or twice.
No, and it was within the times of what happened during the time within our country. The housing crisis was a big thing. And without the housing crisis, Obama wouldn't have been elected. He wouldn't have been elected if the economy didn't become the big issue, because it literally showed how inadequate, George Bush was, and it made the Republicans pretty much seem like they were aligned with big business, big banks, and all those people. And they were the reasons why the housing market crashed the way it was. So Obama was just saying the rhetoric that old blue grass Democrats would gravitate to, because it was fight the big machine, fight corporate,
But they're part of the
cronyism.
machine. They became part
Yes,
of the
they
machine.
became, because when he fucking made Eric Holder his goddamn attorney general, who was right off of Wall Street, that was a goddamn switcheroo.
That was a switcheroo.
It wasn't
It wasn't the fact that he was raised to be a Marxist.
well, we know that now.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, just off of a lot of shit with Trump, because there's some shit that Trump was talking about that he was saying that he was going to do, but he was still doing the same thing, just, outside of media lens. Like Trump rhetoric was speaking to the critically conscious thinking conservative, the people that actually understand the Constitution and how it works. He was saying exactly what they needed to hear. And the same shit that Obama was doing during that time. They both did the same thing.
Played the same game.
They played the same game, but they kept the same policies in place. The things that Trump did, you could literally see Obama doing as well outside of Obamacare, eliminating Obamacare.
Oh, you mean like travel restrictions?
Mhm.
They both did that.
Yeah,
They
building
both
cages
did
for
it.
kids?
They both did it, right?
Yeah.
And
You mean
Trump,
Biden did it
And Biden.
because he was
they both
the
did
vice
it. No,
president.
no,
at
no.
that
They
time.
both did it. But what I'm saying, what my point though is, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. They all adhere to the same corporate monsters that runs them. The same corporate monsters that pretty much lobby to get all of their supporters in office. And I'm talking about congressmen, Republican and Democrat. So Obama during that time, he was talking about the true shit that would happen during that time with the housing crisis, with derivatives, with the bankers, pulling all these bad mortgages together with good mortgages, loan sharks, all that. That's what we got the Dodd-Frank bill, all that shit that came out after it. You thought that, oh yeah, this guy gets it, but he was pulling from the Dennis Kucinich during those primary battles. You know what I'm saying? He was pulling from that rhetoric. He was trying to rally that base. And that's why he got in office. But then you come to find out he was the same shit as Bush. The motherfucker dropped more bombs than any president in history.
But he used drones.
More bombs than any president in U.S. history. He was the reason why Libya has a freaking slave trade to this minute.
Bill, how many wars were started under President Donald Trump?
None.
Not a single one.
How many did he continue? All of them.
He continued?
He
wars?
continued. He continued. The bombs never stopped.
Did he leave tens of billions of dollars worth of equipment?
He did not do what Weekend at Bernie's did, of course. I will again,
or hundreds of Americans.
You have to do.
behind?
Here's the thing that I see right now with our political leaders, and I think Republicans need to be very, very careful to not fall for this, because they know how we all think. Doesn't matter, right? Through
Who's they?
all the powers that be,
Okay.
the people that
above the president,
the people that are definitely mindful of the folks that they want in office. Jeffrey Bezos. Exactly.
No, the people that got picked up by the military helicopters. Remember last week?
Yeah.
You have to be careful because they know how we all think and they know what our triggers are. So they know how to kind of herd us into certain things that will cause us to react based off of what they want.
Mind you, they don't know how Dan himself thinks.
No.
They know how 30-year-old white males who live in this area based on accumulated data
Yes.
that we have full
There you
access
go.
to,
Yeah.
Yes.
for the most part, believe
Yes.
about group think. And they
Mhm.
use that so much against us in propaganda and marketing.
That's why I fucks
and
with
policy.
you, Jose, you goddamn data dude.
Data. It's everything.
Can't spell analyst without spelling. You should ask our guest here.
Let's talk about our guest here, because he started a group, and this is the longest we actually went with a conversation without. It is
No, we
got
brought him in early,
right.
and then we talk about shit that we know, like off camera. We were talking about this shit before
Right.
he even got
We
here.
had more conversation with him before off camera than I even got here because I was a little late.
Yeah, flatulence.
So go ahead. Ask away
There we go.
Ask away.
Concerned Citizens Alliance. First of all, who the hell are you?
My name is Bill Gilchrist.
Where the hell you came from?
I'm from East Aurora originally, but
East
East Aurora
Aurora.
and Bill weren't a good fit, so I came to Henrietta.
Okay. And where did you come up with Concerned Citizens Alliance? What does that mean to you, and what should it mean to the people listening?
Concerned Citizens Alliance was started back in April of 2021, and our mission is bail and parole reform, Second Amendment rights, back to blue, obviously, voter integrity. And then since then, we got involved with the CRT and then the CSE, which is the comprehensive sexual education, where your first grader learns masturbation in school. So we got involved with that, and then the nurses became another one of our part of our mission. So that's what Concerned Citizens do. So there's about 2,000 Facebook followers, and then we'll do call outs if we're doing protests and stuff like that.
So you said you were behind a parole and bail reform, and were you behind that, or are you going against it?
going against it because
Okay.
it needs to be fixed. But our leaders, especially the ones right in Rochester, think it's okay. But
Not me.
no, I'm talking about higher ups.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Do you get to
Above
speak
my
to
pay
them
grade.
directly about those reform changes that they did? Like, what do they say when they like see you in person? Like,
They don't have a problem with it. They don't think the problem is there is a problem.
Are they like AOC where the problem just doesn't exist? It's being manipulated.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. And and then you talk to some of the police chiefs, James Ben Federer for one from Gates. He's got his problems with the parole board.
Mhm.
The parole system's broke there too. And it's not fair to the citizens, and it's not fair to the parolees actually too. So I mean that's another part of the thing.
Well, remember we let people out. Remember when we let people out of jail because we were afraid that they're going to catch COVID in jail? How do you feel about that? How did you feel about us letting go? How many people, Austin or Dan, your computer, how many people did we let go? Monroe County let go when COVID first started. See if we can Google search that. But that was absolutely ridiculous to think that taking people out of solitary confinement and a jail cell where there's just him and that person and another person, to send them to a home back to their family where we didn't give them the capability of having a job. We didn't tell the family that, hey, this person is coming like next month. Like we said, hey, this weekend, we're letting your family member out. Is it okay if they stay at your house during COVID?
Yep.
And we thought that was safer.
Yeah. So then they go out and do robberies like over in Gates happened. So it's like,
well, Rochester is known to be a gold mine to criminals. And I've been told this by criminals saying that they learned about Rochester from jail. From jail. People that were robbing, stealing, selling narcotics, doing illegal activities in Rochester get caught, get sent to jail, and they talk about Rochester to their buddies there. And then people that get out of jail come to Rochester to make a gold mine because they say it's like free picking because we don't do anything about it.
that's right.
can I say something very insensitive about
Please.
what you just said? I'm going to say something very insensitive,
51 inmates, 51 in the county were let go
especially about
immediately.
Particular
Thank you,
types of
Austin.
inmates. Are we really going to feel bad for a murderer, rapist, pedophile that dies of COVID?
Yes. Don't you
inside-
remember that Kyle Rittenhouse killed a child rapist and they put this
But if
man on a
they-
pedestal?
But if they
JoJo.
die in prison for COVID, are we going to feel some type of way?
The family member would,
I'm talking about we.
as a collective.
Yes. We're the ones that are paying for this shit.
We
so,
do pay for it. You're absolutely right.
we're paying for that family member's fuck up. So are we like, I'm saying, like, I mean, should we just create like
Are you saying
concentration camps for
natural
prisoners?
selection? Oh my God.
Concentration camps are in
Australia.
Australia.
They're in
there you go.
Australia.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they're there already.
Do you think that's going to come to America?
I wouldn't be surprised they try it. In fact, there probably is. I believe there is, and FEMA's got jobs descriptions for those
They do.
people.
I have seen it myself. I have seen the job description.
So Americans
job
better start
posting.
waking the hell up.
Yeah. I think that we think that it's so far away in another country, but do you recall what happened in Australia not that long ago to get the country to a point where the government could just take people out of their homes and the people wouldn't be able to do anything about it? Do you know what that legislation was that they did? They banned guns, ownership of rifles and guns.
Shit, sort of what they're trying to do right now.
Well, they say they've been trying to do that in America for how long?
They're
Right?
still trying.
Let's be honest. They've been saying it for how long? They've been saying that Obama was going to say it. They said that Hillary was going to take it. They said that freaking JFK was going to take our guns. I don't think they did. But
Yeah, the gun laws. They're just making it harder for legal people to own them.
do you think that's the only thing that's keeping us really alive at this point?
Yeah, it probably is.
I watched a TikTok video not that long ago, and the guy was at a convention, not an anime convention like Dan would be at, but a convention at
Not a furry convention.
no, not a furry, a Furby, furry,
Fur, yeah,
furry, yeah.
fur.
That's awesome. You picked the wrong one.
Fruity
Wrong Scott.
convention.
I'm the biggest guy in here. Let's go.
So, damn, I lost my track of my mind here. What I was saying?
Yeah,
Fruity
talking about those
convention.
furries
You're
get
talking
you
about those fruity
all.
conventions.
No,
Not a fruity one.
not a fruity
Put
one.
down that get woke.
That would be the
Coca.
Pride Parade.
Yo, he is on it today. He is on the Pride LGBT. Listen.
I'm tired of the bullshit. Yo, Juicy Smollett and Don Lemon
Yeah, he just put it up.
make millions of dollars.
I remember what it was.
For
I
being
remember what.
fruity.
Yeah. The guy on TikTok, I mean, it was a TikTok video of a video. So this guy was at this convention and he asked, I believe it was a Turning Point USA video. And he legitimately asked him, when is it time to utilize the Second Amendment rights? When is it time to start pulling the triggers? And I was like, oh man, that's gonna get this guy banned.
Busting caps in
Right.
your ass.
But that's a legitimate question. Like,
Mhm.
can you imagine back when it was before the Boston Tea Party? Like, at what breaking point was it? Because remember, it was just an increase of taxes
Mhm.
back then
without representation.
without representation. Right. That's how bad it got to where they started a war. Like, they destroyed a city, kind of like BLM. But at what point did we
Antifa.
get to where we do utilize the Second Amendment? Because that's a scary proposition. That's a scary question to many people out there because they are ill prepared. They did not stock up on.
Waco. It's a prime example. It's a prime example.
Explain.
Well, the ATF, who had no jurisdiction
Uh-huh.
with coming to their land, regardless if, the head of the cult was fucking, however many people within that cult he had.
Mm-hmm.
They had no jurisdiction. You are ATF, and you have to go through a legal, the legalities of any type of warrant. You have to go through it, and you have to have a case. You have to present something that says I'm doing something wrong.
So you're saying when the federal government steps foot on your property,
Shoot their fucking face off.
but isn't that what happened with what's that? The black woman that ended up dying. No, her boyfriend died. He was a drug dealer. Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda down in listen.
They said that they knocked and they shouted out who they were, but it was the middle of the night.
Amendment rights, and they got off. Didn't they get off? I think he got off.
He's dead.
He's dead,
Or she's dead.
she's dead, but
She's dead.
he's not dead.
He's
He
not
got off.
He got off.
He got off.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor, thank you. Did the boyfriend get off?
I don't know.
He got off. No, he actually got off. I believe he got off. But my whole point to it is and especially with folks within the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't give a fuck how pissed off you are about a situation or verdict, right? Who's ever in that situation where you are being judged by the 12 and your rights are on the line.
Peers.
Yeah, right. By your 12 peers,
Mhm.
and your rights are on the line. We have to rely on this fucking system. It's the only thing we have. You know what I'm saying? So all the way down to self-defense, if you want to throw it and fuck it up, you know what I'm saying? What if that one time that, that's outside of this one situation that we're trying to magnify, you need the system, you need the Constitution to protect you, just like Tupac when we brought it up before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't give a damn what happened to Daniel Prude, fucking, the other dude, right? Like, unfortunately, they died. Like, yo, you put yourselves in that fucked up situation, think better. You know what I mean? So for me, myself, though, if I have an interaction with a law enforcement, as long as I follow the law and I do what the fuck I'm supposed to do, if they violate, then I don't give a fuck about that police officer at that time or the government who's trying to come after me. If I know the truth, if I am innocent, 100% innocent, I'm going to protect myself against the government. That's the whole purpose of the Constitution. That's the whole purpose of the Second Amendment right.
I mean, it worked for Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
It worked.
Bill, how'd you feel about that outcome? I think that as a Second Amendment person, follower of the Second Amendment, that I hope that you agree with it. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I agree with it. You watch the video and you see what's going on. Yeah. So yeah.
When you actually watch the video,
Yeah.
There's too many people out there that watch the news, right?
Well, yeah, you can't trust the news.
No,
I don't even watch it anymore.
oh, good for you. Man, your mentality's got to be a lot better. It just creates
It is.
mental health issues.
Oh, it does. It did actually. It did. But
It it's seriously, I think that people are sleeping on the fact that more people are having mental health breakdowns in this country in the past 2 years than like ever in history. And I think that media has something to do with it, but also not having a group around you that that not are of the same mentality of you, but at least you can speak up and say, this is what I believe in. And then there's a group around you that says, yes, I believe that as well. And I that's how I came across the Concerned Citizens Alliance. It seemed as if it was just an organic group of people that said, enough's enough.
That's pretty much how it was. Enough was enough. And we didn't have any place to really vent our frustrations. So we came up with it. And we wanted to hold the politicians accountable for their actions, which is another part of the process.
So, okay. So how do people get involved with this then? Because this is something that I personally have been involved in and gotten behind. And because it's not because I see color or you guys, because you agree with me, it's because you're holding people accountable to the constitutional rights. To me, that's important, especially since I pledged an honor and a duty to uphold the Constitution. You know, that's what every elected official has done.
Did they?
They did.
They're not.
All of them?
There's a lot of them that have not. In fact, they're going to be called out on it, and that's another part of the project.
There you go. So what does the future hold for Concerned Citizens Alliance? What is it that you're going to be working on? Because we have elections coming up pretty quickly.
Yes, we are definitely going to vet candidates. There are some strong candidates in the works right now. We are in the process of a no means no.
Show the shirt off.
Show it.
Ooh,
no.
look at that.
No means no, bitches. And we ain't talking about buns.
No means no is a statewide campaign that's going on right this week. And we started out Monday morning with Blackout Monday, and we did a protest.
Wait, are you sure you're cleared to call it Blackout Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get the grace of?
Did you get it right?
Which reverend? Which reverend in the city of Rochester?
Reverend Lewis. We got Lewis in there.
Did you speak the Black Lives Matter chapter about this one?
So the no means no is we're done with the mandates. We're not going to listen anymore. So
do not comply.
Do not comply. No means no. And once everybody gets that mentality, the mandates will go away.
I think that people are starting to understand that every single time they have complied, it's gotten worse.
Oh yeah,
it continues to get worse.
Yeah, look at Erie County right now with that. Polinars up there.
Oh my God.
Those poor people, I feel sorry for them.
Right.
And there's another group up there. You have the Concerned Citizens Alliance Buffalo branch and then the Constitutional Coalition up there. They're fighting against those mandates up there as well.
That's an uphill battle right there. But the counties around Erie are saying, no, we're not going to do that, right? Wasn't there a county that said, no, we're not doing that?
Cattaraugus County and Lewis County are constitutional counties. So when the lawmakers make laws, they can't do it against the constitutional.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Well, exactly. We shouldn't have to do this crap.
Right.
So Monroe County, that's another part of our thing is the Constitution. There's petitions going around right now. There's a group that's handling that. There's roughly 20 groups in Monroe County area that have different agendas, but a lot of us overlap because we're all together, and they're our friends basically now. A lot of friends we've made on Elmwood Avenue with the nurses.
Yeah, you guys were killing it over there.
Yeah, so a lot of friends were made, and a lot of plans go into what we're planning for the next week and stuff like that. We actually have a leadership team that meets once a month to come up with, what each group's doing, what do you need, so how do we funnel help to you and stuff like that. So that's what's going on. And then there's Syracuse. You got some groups up there, and I just found one from Monroe or Wyoming County. Nice. So people are getting freaking pissed.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it's about time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, you guys were talking about the men not doing anything. Yes, I work with a lot of very, very strong women, and Jose, you know some of them. I know you do, right? And my hat is off to them. The guys got to start stepping up. The fathers, man.
There's a lot of gangster. There's a lot of gangster women that's out here talking that shit, man. Like that Let's Go Brandon shit. Like, shout out to them, man. Yeah. Speaking of men, What's your take on Adam
Where's this
Bellows'
going?
masculinity?
Oh my god.
I don't.
Do you think between you and I and us in this room, just by the way he looks, do you think he carries a dildo in his back pocket at all times?
I have no idea. I'm not,
Well,
I was not. I really don't. I don't care what his preference is. I mean, if he's
Good.
into that, But guys like him and Mendoza, man, especially Mendoza, he's out there in the bars, and no mask and everything else like that.
Pussies.
Yeah,
Pussies.
Mendoza's a pussy.
There you go. Wait. Mendoza's a pussy. Okay, good. We got there.
Mm-hmm. There's the bar picture.
Ooh, look at that motherfucker. Look at him with the hat. He curled the brim. Look at
But
him.
hold on.
He was
But look at
in the element, boy.
Look at the stance, though.
Woo,
Look
look at that beer belly. He is at risk, right?
He's got his lower
does.
back out.
Ooh, that guy right
Oh,
there.
man.
Fucking pussy.
That's his girlfriend over there.
Oh, that's his girl. Yo,
His
she,
side chick. His side chick.
that's it. Oh, that's his side bitch. Yo,
That's the one who ran for
Yo, look at this
supervisor
dude. Look at him.
But
He's all
that's-
clean cut. Fucking pussy.
Go back.
So-
Hold on. Go back to that picture. This is the epitome of health in our county, right here.
Yeah,
this is
look
the
at that
man
beer
you're
gut,
listening
man.
to for health.
Yeah, yo, he's drinking.
He
to keep
gave
the
out
funk
beers.
away.
Remember that event that he was giving out beers? Was a Fairport
Such a
Brewing Company or
bitch.
something like that?
That
Yeah.
trucker.
And he was giving out beers to get a vaccine.
He'd be the only like health human service fucking dude that could ever run for county and people will vote for his punk ass because they don't know no better. But you don't think Bellows a pussy too? Just say it. It's okay. I'll say it for you.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pussies, and
All right. Yeah,
he's a pussy. It's okay. So the dildo that he carries in the pocket, do you think it's labeled COVID or Omicron? Which one is it?
So
no?
dumb.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
no.
Don't give me more to drink, yo.
could've-
I'll be here all night.
Yeah. Tom's gonna come in. See you in the morning.
Marcus is saying we gotta have more
Oh, yeah, I
men
didn't see.
involved. You see that?
We do.
Or hey, we got some questions.
Marcus
out there?
Williams
Sorry.
is in here.
Sorry,
Hello,
everybody
Marcus.
out
How
there.
you doing, buddy?
Hey, there's that guy.
We do need more men to take action. We also need the females in these relationships with these
Yeah, stop
pussy
acting
men.
like some fucking
right.
like yo,
Tell your man to
man.
stand up for something.
Stop acting
Seriously.
like a bitch.
Well, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta make sure I'm negative.
What, go up.
Yo, this
who's
whole
up there?
shit is fucking bullshit, y'all. I can't believe we're still talking about this shit 2 years later.
I love that the picture that a lot of people have been changing their profile picture to the no means no picture.
I didn't even notice that. I gotta
Yeah.
get one for my shit. I'm king to conquer right now.
Yeah, Buffalo had a bunch of them.
Wait a
No
second.
means no. I'm not about to take it in my arm, my ass, none of that shit. Fucking government, fuck y'all.
Yeah, there is a. I'm so sorry, Marcus. Rock Unite for Liberty event at Liberty Pole this Saturday from
I'll be
1
there.
till 3. Will Concerned Citizens Alliance be there?
Yes, Concerned Citizens Alliance, and I know Marcus has got some friends, and we met them recently up in the Hilton parents that are upset with the Hilton
Oh, yeah.
school boards. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a big thing.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I met with those. I went with the moms over there.
Oh man, the
Ooh,
moms
mamas
are
is
solid.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, dude.
Ooh,
I'm
yes, I
telling
love
you,
it.
They
I
are
love
not
it.
playing.
I love it.
They are not playing.
Marcus was out there 2 weeks after
Yep.
you were there with Singletary, actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of them were down. Some of them were down here at City Hall with us on Monday, and some of them are going to be down here at Liberty Pole on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah,
Hey.
you guys are
Oh.
really building a.
They're fired up, man.
Yo, that
Man.
right side getting a little bit darker over there, man.
I gotta say, and shout out
It's getting a
to
little
look,
darker.
I will say this, and
I like it.
I'm sure my wife will agree here. Conservative women are way better looking than liberal women.
Listen, you see how he did that, right? You know he did. You know how he did that. He this motherfucker over here trying to run game with his wife. You already
Way
bagged
better.
her, dog. You didn't have to do all that. You already married her. You got her.
I'm just sitting here visualizing what you're dealing on city council, and I can see that. And maybe some of our legislators, huh?
Oh,
Mhm.
man,
Wow.
Yo,
armpits are shaved.
He ain't wrong.
Not wrong. I'm not wrong.
yo,
Not at all
no,
wrong.
no lie. This is one reason why I wouldn't fuck with a left wing chick, right? yo,
Is it because of the undercut or the
nah,
the
man,
weird hair color?
nah,
Is it,
nah.
is it the pussy hats?
the 80 pounds
Nah,
overweight?
them hoes is too easily triggered. Like, if I don't want pumpkin spice latte today, I shouldn't be a bad guy for not wanting pumpkin spice latte. Like, they're so easily triggered.
You're
man.
not a bad guy. You're black.
No, it don't matter.
You should
It don't
be
matter.
lifted up.
That's
on
true, you're a
pedestal.
man. You're a man,
No
so-
lie. Hey,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
I don't
wrong.
segregate on any race. Like, I'm
It's
a
because
love
you
is
go-
love guy.
You go by he, him, and that's what they hate.
You don't, but they do.
I'm a love guy, man.
They
I'm
hate
not-
that.
I don't want no issues with nobody. But I do find left wing broads is like fucking whack as a bitch.
You got to be like Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
yeah.
You ever seen that show?
No, I've known the show, but
Oh man, you gotta see it.
I didn't see it, man.
Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Whenever he tries to bag a
Yeah, see,
liberal
every
woman,
time you put me on the shit, I watch it like, oh, that shit was fucking crazy. Like,
right.
You gotta watch
I
the
watch
abortion
very
episode.
few. The what?
The abortion episode.
Yes.
what
Yes.
what do you think as far as, because we know men, right?
Not like that.
What men as
We're
far
not
as
Adam Bello.
Jeez.
you catching on, you know.
I have no
I
doubt.
see what you're doing
I
there,
only
Dan, from
say that
the
because I only say that because I graduated the motherfucker. I'm always just poke fun.
Yeah,
because
I
I
have
went
no
to school
dog.
with him.
I
so
want
I
that
have no
shit.
dog, so it's okay.
I want this motherfucker to think that just because you in the Monroe County office, you still walking down the fucking halls of Ronicoy High School, and I see your punk ass twitching like a little pussy with a dildo in your pocket for fucking making kids wear masks and fucking doing interviews with masks and thinking that shit gonna keep your punk ass safe because you take that shit off as soon as you get done giving your speech. Just like a dumb motherfucker going to a restaurant
What was your
with a
question,
mask on
LaBelle?
and sitting down, taking that mask off, thinking that shit is protecting your ass because you got to eat.
Gavin
It's
Newsom.
bullshit.
You're like 50 Cent and he's Ja
Yo,
Rule.
stop this fucking bullshit.
I gotta tell you, I was at an event on Saturday. On Saturday? No, event last week. On Clinton, and he was not wearing his mask.
Who? Adam?
Adam Bello.
Oh, but when the camera is on 8, 10, 13,
Oh, yeah,
CW's
absolutely,
watching.
absolutely.
And we're just going to make sure that everyone's safe. Our kids, we have to do our part. The variant is it's a serious thing. Yo, stop the fucking bullshit, Adam. Stop it. You Minhoza, you fucking frauds that's out here making all these bullshit mandates all the way to Holcomb bitch ass trying to sit up there and act like, oh, you're calling disciples to pass the fucking the word in the Bible, you stupid broad. You worse than fucking Cuomo rubbing up on boobs and shit when he's not supposed to.
Would you rather have Cuomo or Hochul?
Oh man, dude.
Cuomo.
You gotta
At
pick
least
one.
I would rather
Gotta
have-
pick one.
I would rather have Cuomo for the interviews because they're so much more entertaining.
In the narcissistic
Yes, you
town
need
halls.
yes, you need that narcissist.
Like that one, that picture with him
Yes,
and his
you
brother
need that narcissist in office so that you can just
with a swab for his nose.
point out all of his triggers.
See,
And
you're the right wing people that are making fun of the left.
I'm far right, obviously. That's what I've heard.
And you're
But-
an anti-vaxxer, did you? know?
But the dude has fucking nipple rings, man.
Girl.
Anybody with that is so bold that
Austin's
can
looking it up
wear
right
a
now.
tight ass polo.
Austin's looking it up right now.
Any man that is so bold to, first of all, your relationship failed with a fucking phenomenal cook. This bitch can make any fucking meal you wanted, Sandra Lee. Like, she can make anything.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that was?
No.
Yo, she had her own. Yo, she never watched the Food Network.
You're more into pop culture with
No,
these two
see,
than
no,
me.
I'm more in touch with my feminine side
Oh,
than
is
a
that
lot
it
of
is?
people
Okay.
give me credit for.
Hey, there you go.
Because I
Gay.
think Sandra. However, I'm very straight. So anyway,
Super straight. Remember that whole thing?
I'm super. Yeah, I'm super,
Super
straight.
straight?
Oh, I'm super straight. But again, yo, this
Hashtag
dude,
me too.
this dude, he neglected to pay his child support from the Kennedys. Like, yo, you're married to one of the Kennedys, dog. You didn't want to pay for your daughter's fucking bills,
What were you going to ask about men to our guest here?
Oh
What were you gonna
yes,
ask
that
about
was
men?
the question.
What's the
Men,
question?
but not just
Not
Not just any men.
not just any males, but I'm saying I'm speaking more to black men, black Americans who I think there's a lot more black men in this country that do believe in less government, because what black man actually wants more government? Like the fucking black
That
dudes
goes completely against.
it goes really
Yeah.
against of everything that you're fighting for. Like as a black man, like excuse me, we're
COVID.
literally calling ourselves are like the victims of everybody in this world. Like, oh my God, I'm so fucking tired of being black, but yet we fucking idolize Jay-Z and LeBron. But anyway, what do you think the organization can do to bring in more black males within the group that can make it a little bit more well-rounded?
We have connections with the Frederick Douglass Foundation.
Really?
Aisha, she's a solid lady there.
Who also beat COVID after she got
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
Yes.
Mhm.
Aisha and I have become friends over the last 6-7 months. And when she got COVID, the people, her friends, were devastated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a prayer circle at Highland Hospital that afternoon.
GoFundMe account.
And a GoFundMe account was started by Nancy Orticelli up in Buffalo. She's with the Constitutional Coalition.
Right.
Turns out Aisha and her are friends, so that they go way back. So
Mhm.
Because she had to sue. She had to sue the hospital
to get treated.
to get the treatment she wanted. She had to sue the hospital.
Had to get a lawyer involved, right? And then it turns out that there's 3 administrations of the medicine, and each time they had to be dosed out, you had to go back to the court to get it. So they had 3 different court appearances.
Racket.
Let's bring that back. Okay, listen, America.
And Highland Hospital contested it.
Oh,
Right.
listen, America. Listen, America. The Frederick Douglass Foundation. What is her position there?
Executive director? And she like
Yeah,
Or outreach? Look it up.
she's right up there.
She's up there within the Frederick Douglass Foundation,
Yes.
where not just Black Americans, but white Americans, is specifically on the left, will name drop Frederick Douglass as if Frederick Douglass actually represented the left when he was more.
he was a Republican.
He was a Republican.
He was
So-
a straight up Republican.
And the only reason why I asked that, because there's such a misconception of just the involvement of blacks within anything that could kind of align itself with any type of conservative movement. They would assume as though Black Americans or Black people would not even accept it. It's like it's presented in a way to where we have to reject it, because if we don't reject it, if we don't reject anything that involves or comes close to conservatism, we are sellouts. We are,
Uncle
you
Tom.
know what I mean, Uncle Toms. We're coons. We don't align with the collective ideology of what we all believe, as far as, oh, well, blacks within the within the inner cities are more susceptible of dying from COVID. We need the vaccine. The like all of those, propaganda,
and $500 a
bullshit.
month.
It's right. All those things. We would never ever think that your group, who again supports the blue line on a flag, would align with a group like that. I think that's key, and I'm glad to ask the question, because I do think that collectively Black Americans need to wake the fuck up, and really stop with this victimized mentality and understand that we can all agree on whether or not people are dying on something. But until you wake up and understand and look at data, numbers, and facts, and fucking put shit in perspective for once, even down to situations that happen with law enforcement, put shit in perspective before you sit and go off and say that every person that looks different from you is against you, because you could literally cause more problems than anything else.
Well, that's further segregation. And
yes,
at this point, there's groups out there who are advocating, like, the Concerned Citizens Alliance, advocating against segregation. They are
Mhm.
out there saying, let's come together, and we want you to have full bodily autonomy. We want you to have all your rights. We want to treat you like we are treated. We want you to have constitutionality anywhere, everywhere, and not just, when you have to fight for it. It should be all the time. And the legislation and those who you elect to represent you should support that as well. And that's what I got from the Concerned Citizens Alliance. I mean, that's just, hey, this is what we're here for. Come on out if you're down with this. I know you're in an elected position. I know you're at the city, and you know what, we're basically, protesting against the city and what you guys are doing and blah blah. And I was like, no, I'm with you guys on that. I as a Latino, I love my country and I love my constitutional rights, and I don't want them impeded on. I don't want them taken away. I don't want them stomped on. I don't want the government to have any control over what I put into or take out of my body. I don't want their eyes in my bedroom. I don't want them telling me what the Second Amendment should mean. The Second Amendment means that whatever you have to use against me, I should have as well.
Yeah, it was so funny, right? The fact that you can say that without any conviction, and then
With full conviction.
full conviction. My bad, I'm drunk. So with full conviction, and also with like pit bull, but yet the backlash is totally different from motherfucker like me, right? And let's say if I was Kanye, for example, if Kanye was to say, "I love being an American," yo, you know how much fucking shit Kanye would get?
But that's the mentality. I think people have
It's the mentality of
they've
black folks,
succumbed-
right?
They succumb
Say no, it's the
to-
mentality of black folks within it's like their own patriotic,
well, and
alliance.
it's liberal whites as well. The far
So
far
when you're saying
left
the liberal
whites.
whites is the ones that
I think that I believe
Did it to the blacks?
what Malcolm X said.
liberals are the most dangerous motherfucker. Okay,
The
that's a topic
most
for another day,
dangerous
Austin.
group of people
Put that
to
on a
black
note.
folks.
We can talk about that another time.
We need to, because
Thank
I just, when I was looking up
Malcolm was the
Aisha's
shit.
thing
Malcolm
here, I
X
noticed
was
that it's
it.
9:27 p.m. We don't pay Austin overtime hours. He's on.
I think Austin likes it though.
He loves it. He loves this, and we love him.
We don't pay Austin at all.
Bill, I appreciate your insight and everything you're really doing. Honestly, it is a breath of fresh air
Yes.
to see a group of people who align with me regardless of my skin color. Like, I don't like, regardless of what they believe my skin color is supposed to say. That's what I'm used to on this side. You are Latino. This is what you're supposed to believe. This is how you're supposed to talk. This is how you're supposed to dress. This is what you're supposed to vote for. That's not me. And I truly believe most Americans now are seeing that, no, I don't, not everything about me fits into this group. And I do align with this, or I do see eye to eye with this. And I am kind of all over the place in my ideology. I don't believe that we should have gotten rid of cash bail completely. But I also believe that, some people shouldn't have been in jail for, years because they stole a bag of candy. I do believe that people should have guns, but I don't believe that criminals should have guns. Like, there's just so many things out there that you guys are speaking to and you guys are advocating for. And we really connected on the mandates, and we all saw it coming before it was there. When we were out there protesting on January 1 of 2021, when it was the Moms for Liberty, before it was even Moms for Liberty, before it even became a group, I think
They are a great group.
they really are a great group. But it's Concerned Citizens. It was people from all over the county that came on January 1st, 2021 together when I had my protest in association with BLM. And said, we are going to walk this city together and say, we are not okay with you guys even talking about mandating the vaccine. And the media came after us saying, what are you talking about? And I had to tell them,
Did Rachel come at
this
you too?
bill right here. No, Rachel. didn't say that.
Wow, Rachel.
I had to tell the media what bill to look out for.
Do she even count? Like,
We're not going to answer that.
Okay.
So I appreciate you coming out. You're a man of few words, but a lot of action. And that is what a lot of men out here need to learn from. Speak up.
Are we still allowed to call them in?
For you.
Go ahead. Yeah, please. Sorry.
Did you know there's another group out there that just got formed for holistic medicine with a possible holistic
Heard about that. Hospital, right?
hospital? Yes.
Yeah.
So
You
that's
wanna-
another thing that's in the works.
See, that's the thing about
wait, what's the name of the group?
it's no name yet, right?
Oh, it's no name.
It's no name yet.
It's in the
They
works.
coming?
They're already meeting.
They're
I'm with
forming.
that. Let me know.
But you see what happens when you empower yourselves to be the change that you wish to see in the world. You create a movement by actually putting into work and doing the things that you say, you know what, I want you to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I want you to be this way, but I'm going to go ahead and be this way and be the change that I want to see in the world. And you guys are doing it, and the groups that are spawning off of it and the groups that are coming into it, it's going to be a force to reckon with. I'm telling you, and this next election, 2022, I think that a lot of Democrats are going to be like, oh shit, like we were not paying attention to the normal citizen in this city, county, state that was sitting here screaming, but we weren't listening to them. We were too busy listening to the squeaky wheel over here that was saying some ridiculous things that we should not have been paying attention to. Now let's get back to what do the people want?
They were paying attention to those Soros checks from the
Soros checks, right?
I'll tell you what, there's going to be some surprises coming down the line. So
that's fantastic to hear. And any politicians that might be running for next election, they should reach out to your group because you said you're vetting them.
They already have. So
they already have. Okay,
yes.
Good.
Come to death row.
Yeah, come to death row.
Death row, motherfuckers.
You motherfuckers gonna go out there, be all in the videos. What my man Suge Knight say? Listen, this freedom shit, y'all better get on, man. Y'all better get on. That tyranny ain't no joke. Cause once they got that fucking foot on your throat,
they're not taking it off.
They ain't taking it off. I'll be damned if I let a punk ass bitch named Biden, Holcomb, or Bello,
Kamala.
Or Kamala. I'll be damned if I let some pussies like that tell me what the fuck I can and can't do, especially with breathing freely. I got a big ass nose. I got allergies, and I'd be good goddamn if you're gonna tell me I can't breathe freely when the fuck I know God gave me the right to breathe with this goddamn big ass nostrils when I want to.
I got the Gonzo nose. Mine's just.
I don't give two fucks.
All right. So when during your vetting process of your next group of politicians, when Kanye West comes up to be vetted, let him know I'm trying to get a hold of him still.
Yeah,
He's trying to. Anyone out there that speaks to John Leguizamo, tell him he's a punk ass bitch too.
Damn,
he needs to come on.
Yo, you can't give up. Don't ever give up hope, man. You can't. Yo, listen, that's Son of Sam.
Make sure
he knows everything what Son of Sam did. You better be careful, Jose.
Don't forget Saturday now.
Don't forget Saturday from 1 to 3 at Liberty Pole.
Liberty Pole, goddammit.
And Marcus has been on here. Look at him.
Wait, did we get the quote of the day?
Well, just
that's the quote of the day right there. Come out to the Rock Unite for Liberty Fall Edition, baby. December 11th.
Fall edition. There better be some.
Wait.
Think about it.
Hold on. Let's do the numbers on that. 1 2.
You do the
1 1 2 0 2 1. Damn, numerology, baby. Numerology, baby.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Sounds racist.
Yeah, numerology is racist. It has to do with math. Has to do with math. So I appreciate you coming on, Bill. I appreciate all the things that you guys are doing.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me, man. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Stay out trouble, guys.
Yes. And keep up the fight. Everyone out there, any women out there that you have a man that's kind of on the fence, tell his ass to get involved. Tell him to get off the fence because liberty was not earned in this country by men sitting on the fence. They went to war with each other to gain this liberty from.
Wait, what did they say
tyranny.
about Adam Bello? What did I say? What did they say?
You got school board.
Bella's a big scared pussy. Call him out, Lavelle.
Shout out to Michelle.
Michelle, you getting the t-shirt, Michelle. Whenever we can get the motherfucking response to me, let me stop. Let's go.
All right. Awesome. Hit that funky music.